This came across my email this morning, literally this morning, and I said, oh wee, not Eddie. Eddie is a new citizen. Did they spell that right? It's like the watch. I don't think that they. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That don't even look right. I don't know. Maybe it is right. Citizen. It just don't look right. That Z seemed off for me for some reason. I have no idea. But Eddie is a recent, newly naturalized citizen. Maybe not naturalized is the word, but he's a migrant that has recently been anointed citizenship in the United States of America. And Eddie makes $420,000 a year. I said, listen, I'm not going to watch this video ahead of time. I got to be able to look at it because I need to understand what the fuck Eddie is doing at 34 years old. Is Eddie a bag chaser? Is Eddie a part of the Patreon? I go through and look through the emails and make sure that Eddie is a part of the Patreon. Links in the description as well. Depends on the top of the chat. I need to see what Eddie has got going on in his life and why he's making $420,000 a year. And he's not even naturally from this country. Oh my God, the Blackity Blacks is going to be pissed off at this one. Shout out to my girl, Carrie Spencer. I love you. I'm about to be reading that super chat shortly. I said I need to find out what Eddie got going on. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
I wanted to have the family that I never had as a child. I wanted to provide them with everything that I didn't get to enjoy as a child. Coming from Peru, I always knew that money is important and you only get as far as your efforts. I do my IT consulting business with a partner, and I also work full-time as a cybersecurity contractor. My wife works full-time on the daycare, part-time.
What? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that his wife works too? What is this notion that y'all think that just because we say we want our wives to have the option of work, that they can't work? And then also on top of that, that they're not supposed to be submissive just because they have a job. Let me rewind this for a minute.
Full-time as a cybersecurity contractor. My wife works full-time on the daycare, part-time as a real estate agent. For the snow plowing, we have drivers that work for us during winter. My name is Eddie Nunez. I'm 34 years old, and my wife and I bring in $420,000 a year.
So at what point, just curious, at what point do we stop having conversations about how the system is set up against you and that you can't do it, that you can't build, that you can't be in the house with a woman that don't work also? He said, my wife and I make 420 bands a year. He said, we running a snowplow business in the winter. She a part-time real estate agent. She run a daycare since we got little kids. I got an IT consulting company in addition to my regular job. I know what I heard. Listen, sometimes I'll be a little off and I'll be forgetting shit. But when it started coming to the money, I hear real good. He said, listen, I run a regular information technology. I'm on a regular information technology job. I got an IT consulting company that I run with another partner. I got a snowplow business that I got running in the wintertime. My wife is running a daycare and she a part-time real estate agent. I'm trying to understand where the lack of bag chasing is coming in at. But you know what black people do? They laugh at you when you go and work for the man. It's not about working for the man. It's how much are you maximizing, trading in your time for. Shout out to Eddie Nunez.
And I bring in $420,000 a year.
Reading super chat short. You would walk past Eddie every day and wouldn't even be thinking that this dude make a 400, that he got a household income of almost a $500,000. Is this dude not giving you the exact blueprint that I've given you for the last 2 to 3 fucking years on this show? We on season 3. What episode are we on? Let me check this out. Let me double check my episodes. I just want to make sure that we all clear right here. We are on season 3, episode 132. Season 3, episode 132 of season 3 specifically. All right? That means that we did hundreds of episodes last year, hundreds of episodes the year before. This is season 3 of the Millionaire Morning Show, episode 132. They keep telling me that college is a scam. They keep laughing at community college. After high school, Eddie took nursing classes at Northern Virginia Community College. Let's conversation about whether they're legal or not, right? Because that goes without saying. Y'all can have your own debate on that. Y'all know where I stand on immigration. I think that everybody should do it legally. It's not the conversation that we having. We're trying to source, is it work ethic? Is it a lack of social programs? Is it the government not helping you? Is it Biden with the student loan forgiveness? Because this motherfucker right here just told me that because he was illegal at the time, because he couldn't had no social security number, he didn't have nobody, no social program to be able to lean into in order to get a Pell Grant, in order to get a student loan, to get nothing. So either you pay or you go. Either you figure that shit out, or either you sink or you swim. And so I think a lot of times what happens in our communities is the fact that we do have that safety net is the reason why we make excuses as to why it is that we don't get over and take care of our business. It's the safety net that's preventing you from being great. If you remove the safety net, people are going to start being more intentional and they're going to make better decisions. But because we know that we got that safety net, but because we know that you can go ahead and fuck up and still be able to get a social program, because you know you can leave your household and the government gonna give you food stamps and no child left behind and all of this dumb shit. That's why we continue to be in the victim Olympics. Whether he illegal or not, we already know where we stand on that. I'm a conservative. You know where I stand on that. I'm trying to figure out how I can source from what it is that he's been able to do in order to become more successful. Ain't no government handouts and student loans when it comes to Pell Grants and being able to pay for your college. Either you pay your tuition or you get the fuck out.
Decided to get married in secret.
Stephanie's parents said, listen, we gonna get you up out of here if you marry our daughter. If you did marry our daughter, you better go and get an annulment or we gonna have you deported. This is
And the judge told me, I'm gonna grant you asylum. You presented a really good case. You explained everything in detail. You defended yourself well in front of the prosecutor. And she also told me, don't ever put your head down for anybody. Be proud of yourself. I felt like I had lost so much time. And I also knew that studying medicine was gonna be extremely expensive. So I decided to pursue a degree in cybersecurity.
So let's back up for a minute. So this dude was so determined, so desperate for success, that every single day that he woke up, now I know a lot of y'all, y'all done been locked up. You like to go to the prison yard and go work out. And then now y'all got social media in prison. So you over there and you making your TikToks and you doing your water waves. And this dude was in the law library trying to plead his case in order to be able to get asylum. The judge obviously seen something in him, which apparently the judge was right. And she granted him asylum instead of prosecuting him and sending him back, right? So, again, I can't control that. That's between him and the judge, so on and so forth. But the thing that I'll take away from this is that in both instances in which he enrolled in college, right, he went into fields that he knew was going to generate revenue. And he was so determined to be successful that even at the time that he was facing the most hardest decisions, he said, listen, I'm not making no excuses. This is what I'm going to do. I'll let the fear propel me forward instead of hold me back. And whatever happens, I'm going to just let it fly. I'm going to give every fucking thing that I got. And I'm going to be very, very, very intentional with the programs that I go into if I get another opportunity, because I might even only just get one more shot, and I'm going for this shit. This is what I see. This is what I'm watching right now. So he went back to community college, the same fucking thing I keep telling y'all to do on a regular basis. And he got his associate degree in information technology from Northern Virginia Community College, the same college that he originally enrolled in to go in the nursing program. He switched over and to try to go into cybersecurity. So he got his information technology associate's degree. And then he transferred over into a major university, University of Maryland, and got his bachelor's 4 years later.
As soon as I got my associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College, I started looking for jobs. Any IT job I started applying for. Now I work as a cybersecurity contractor full-time.
So now he's in a cybersecurity as a contractor. And it's the difference between being a contractor and a full-time employee. And I can go into that later if y'all want me to. But now he's decided he became a high-value man like a lot of these women want, right? So now he's making $113,000 a year. He got his wife. And then he didn't just stop there. He didn't start go out and buying a BMW. He did literally what I tell y'all to do all the time. Stay down, continue to reinvest your money, don't change your lifestyle, and then you can start to do the things that you want to do long term once you start generating other forms of income.
One of the people that I admired, I saw one interview from him, Mark Cuban, and I remember the phrase he used.
Wait a minute, you don't admire a rapper? Maybe we can go and say we admire Moneybagg Yo, or we get you a Young Dolph. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. Maybe you admire Diddy. You know, we always like to say we admire Jay-Z, Diddy, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland. He said, I admire Mark Cuban.
So like, you only have to be right once. So I had many crazy ideas. And my wife, who was always pushing me from behind, she was like, that's a great idea, let's make it happen.
When you have a great woman behind you, you're able to execute and leverage her talents in order to exponentially grow what it is that you're putting together.
We bought our first truck in 2011, and we got a contract with the Virginia Department of Transportation, pushing snow in the winters, that we were able to buy another truck the next year, and then we bought 2 trucks the following year. We kept buying until we had 10 trucks.
We drove a whole week without stopping, not sleeping. The sand on the sand spreaders will freeze, and one or two of us will have to climb up and literally shovel it, and while the other one was...
I love it when my chicks work. I love to see women that want to get dirty, get their hands dirty. Now, most of the time we'll say, hey, girl, sit down there and stop. Man, that girl is out there hustling. She out there hustling and bringing home the bag and helping to build businesses. A lot of y'all keep trying to understand what's the benefit of being married when you can do it successfully. And it's a difference between a wife and a chick that's for the streets. It's a difference between a woman that's trying to help build a business with you and a woman that's looking to try to get retired. It's a difference between a woman that try to help build a business with you and a woman that's looking for you to retire her. A lot of y'all keep telling me when y'all get on these coaching calls, yo, Anton, I don't want my chick to work. And I say, why? What's she going to do in the daytime when the kids, now that the kids is going to school full time? Ooh. What does she keep telling you that she going to do? Clean up, Man, if you don't put that little hussy to work, if you don't get that chick something to do, she gonna be over there cheating on you. That chick is over there talking about climbing on top of a snow truck and getting the thing unfrozen.
Driving so we could start throwing the snow.
They made 100. Hold on, we're not gonna skip past that.
The snow.
One week, they snowplow company made 154 bands in 1 week, and they didn't sleep. You know why? Everybody keep telling you, oh my God, you need to make sure you're sleeping 10 hours a day. They said, man, fuck all that. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We not sleeping, we chasing. And when we chase and we catch, we gonna make our sons and our sons' lives much, much different, because they never gonna have to ask for student loan forgiveness for the federal government.
With that money, I ended up moving to Luckett's, Virginia, and I bought a 4-acre property where I could park my trucks.
Reinvesting.
Now,
Every single thing they do, they start reinvesting back into themselves, and it turns into everything. Even when they having a kid, they looking at it from a business perspective. All right, we might have to start a daycare, and we might as well make more money with other people's kids, since we got to watch our own kids.
she has 12 kids that she takes care of, and her business does very well. It breaks around $168,000 a year. So with the money that I obtained from selling some snow trucks, and also the money that my wife was saving from daycare, we were able to save that money, and we started buying properties. Right now,
Oh my God, this dude is giving out my blueprint. This dude is literally giving out the blueprint. Giving out the blueprint. Everything he do is looking at it from a business perspective.
we have 8 houses and 7 properties. We fix them up, and then we rent them. Some of the properties that I have are completely paid off. All the others are currently have a mortgage. My idea was to get to my goals faster, was to have different...
Maybe y'all will hear it from him and you ain't gonna hear it from me. Maybe it's gonna take Eddie Nunez to fucking unlock you in order for you to start looking at things and stop trying to buy these stupid ass Altimas and Nissan Maximas as soon as you get a raise and reinvest in yourself.
streams of...
All right, so let me look at these streams of income. All right, let's see. Rental properties, he generates $107,000 a year. You can't, I don't know if that's profit or if that's just income. Because if it's just revenue and income, then that's much different than profit. Because he did say some of the properties he still got a mortgage on, probably got maintenance, whatever that is, right? The daycare is 100% profit. You don't have no overhead from that, right? And that's what the beauty of that is that when you don't have maintenance problems, or when you don't have to pay extra people, it's 100% profit. So that $168,000 a year is 100% in their pocket, right? Cybersecurity, that's 100% profit. He makes $110,000 a year from that. IT consulting, which I'm assuming that's a part of the business that can grow significantly, $3,500. $20,000 from snowplows, and then the real estate commissions, $9,600. They doing really, really well. It don't look like they got much debt outside of the mortgages from the businesses.
of income and revenue.
This motherfucker giving away all of my stuff. Now he taking my build a business that I'm doing inside of the Patreon as far as showing people how it is that they can build a business from scratch and buying shit. Just buy every fucking thing. That's what I say.
The first time we went to this coffee shop, we fell in love with the character of the place. It looked like that 70 shows or Friends. And we were like, oh my God, this place looks really nice. And they sell Peruvian coffee. And we wanted to add one more stream of income to our current monthly revenue. So my wife and I decided that this was the perfect business to buy. And my goal is to have 20 houses and also to buy 2 additional businesses My plans for the future is to own more of my time and delegate more of the work that I currently have.
The only difference from his goals, and he's only 34 years old, so he's fucking killing it. The only difference between his goals and my goals is that my long-term goals is not to run the businesses and delegate more effectively. I don't even want to. I don't even want to have the same conversations that I'm having with regard to the people that work for me. I just want to look at it from an investor's perspective instead of looking at it from an ownership perspective. That's a whole nother conversation. I'll break that down inside of the Patreon. I don't want to be the boss. I'm not interested in being a boss anymore, right? I think that this is awesome. I think that I don't have anything negative to say whatsoever. Everything that he does is aligned with what it is that we teach inside of the Bag Chasers. Shout out to Eddie Nunez and him for a grind. And those are the type of people that and this is why I actually support legal immigration if you do it the right way. Again, his situation is completely different, but I think that it's a difference between being a boss. I don't want to be a boss. I know that that's the going thing. I know that a lot of women say that, and they say, "Yeah, I'm a boss," and all of this other type of stuff. I don't want to be a boss. That's what my long-term goal is. You can have that boss life. I'm not interested. My goal is to be an investor, right? I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to kick it. I don't want to have a day-to-day decision in what it is. I want to find competent people that have great businesses that I can actually justify from an investment perspective and pour money into it, and then I want a return on my investment. I want a great return on my investment long term. It's the only thing I care about. I don't care about having 100 employees. I don't care about being the one that tell people what to do, delegation, leading from the front. Been there, done that. That's all cute. It's time to go to the next level. So within the next 9 years, the goal before I turn 50 is to 100% be in an investment perspective, or 100% be in the investor seat, or maybe 99% in an investor seat, 1% in the content creation space. And y'all can have that boss shit. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have it running a day to day. You can have telling people what to do, scheduling. You can have, people calling off. And I don't care about that shit. I don't care about what you do, how you did it, how you got there, whether your employees called in today or none of that. I want to be an equity partner in what your business is doing, and I want a return on my investment. That's the only thing I care about.